Red Wicks, price action, we not acting,
espresso shot,
get working, we networking,
espresso shot, hot one with shotgun, espresso shot, the host with the most, songs are dropping that espresso shot.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Espresso Shot, your favorite late morning show on the East Coast, where you like to learn a little bit, laugh a little bit, maybe even cry a little bit. Hopefully, tears of joy, not tears of sadness. Just like Big Nilly, who is boom armless. Look at this! Look at this friction! Anyway, look.
I am the boom arm. I will boom your arm if you ask nicely.
And so I think you might be wondering, since most of you are on your phone, why are you guys sideways? What is going on here? Are you walking on walls? What's happening? Did you gain some foresight on the market research of streaming and people like you better sideways? Yeah, that is 100% it. We spent millions and millions of dollars in crypto market research, and we found that we are most liked this way. No, I'm just kidding. It seems that the new thing we're discovering and new things that we're always trying, comes with the territory and risks of, fucking shit up. In this case, it is that landscape is here on PC. So for the 3 people on PC, congrats, you're getting the superior view right now. For everyone else, you're getting us this way. So
everybody gets us this way. It's just if you're on stage, you don't get it that way. That's all.
Oh, really? Wait. So,
and here I am with it like sideways. I don't know. Maybe it's my PC.
Yeah. So listeners get this side.
Yeah. So when I was down there, it was in the beautiful landscape mode, but now that I'm up here, it's in portrait mode. So it's like, hi.
Yeah, never mind then, because the speakers can really get fucked. I don't care about them. I care about the listeners.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Well, I guess comes with the territory. So that's a little note that we're gonna write for the next time we do this.
Can I just represent the Android users in the space?
No, they can also get fucked.
Android users don't they don't have rights. You can't vote. Android user cannot vote. You have no rights. Yeah. Way's like, yo, what the fuck, bro?
Way's catching strays.
But I'm Singaporean anyway, so I don't think I can vote in your upcoming election. So watching on my Android.
Oh my god. No, but Brez, what were you gonna say as a fellow Android user? What were you gonna say? Go ahead.
Who can't see you at all?
Yeah.
Good voice.
Yeah.
So you chose poor. That sounds like you chose poor.
Hold that thought. Now you can watch us on the live stream because we are live streaming to the internet. And if you want, this is new alpha. If you want, we are live streaming to the Espresso Shot account. So make sure you're following that account and go do all the things there. But you can actually watch the live stream so that it's not just us bozoing this little experience in the space, but you get the full screen experience as it would be if you were watching a normal live stream, not with a phone looking at a computer. And you can turn off the audio on that live stream now, which means you can hang out in this space, listen to us in this space, not leave the space, and watch the live stream at the same time. We couldn't do that until yesterday. You would have audio from the space and audio from the live stream, and that double up just messed up the experience. But now that's not the case. There's a mute button. This is new alpha. It works. Somebody, please humor me. Go do that. Go try that. Let me know how you like it.
I cannot mute it. Just maybe it's the Android user.
Update.
Fucking inferior. It's just it hurts so much. Like, how could it not be more obvious? Just get off Android. We're tired of seeing the green bubble. Mm-hmm. No one loves you if you're a green bubble. No one. Absolutely no one. We only love you if you're blue.
Yeah.
On that note, let's get shot. I don't know why I said on that note, but let's get Shotgun up here as co-hosts. We're gonna keep this moving. So one thing I want to remind everyone, if you haven't already, let's go ahead and repost the space. You guys already know, bottom right-hand corner or top of the Jumbotron if you're in the spaces. If you're in the live stream, repost that too. Help us. Just spray and pray. All that good stuff. Relax, big no. Anyway, that being said, I want to keep this moving. We have another infuriated Android user with his hand up who also probably can't see us. It's all good. He's pink. He has blue balls. Wash, what you got, my man?
I was actually just going to formally announce that I actually switched to iPhone recently.
Oh!
I can see all your ugly faces sideways.
Holy shit, Joe Rich!
Yeah. No, I will say, fair comparison, the iPhone actually sucks compared to an Android. The features are much worse. The functionality is much worse. It's actually complete garbage. But my kids can text me when they're with their mom from this, so that is the only benefit. Because I choose my kids every time.
Bro, even his kids said, we're not texting you unless you get an iPhone. That's when you know that iPhone is superior. Your own.
That is not what I said.
So thank you, Watch This Children.
You
That's
basically
what we heard,
said
is
that.
Thank you, Watch This Children, for making him finally switch over.
You more or less confess, my kids won't text me unless I get an iPhone. And you got the iPhone, and now your love is stronger. The bond has never been better. Emotional, spiritually, everything. You are giving your kids a better childhood just because you got the iPhone. You are welcome.
Yo,
You're
so the real
welcome,
quick,
Waj.
like besides phone beef and whatnot, like I just noticed that as a co-host, I can actually share my screen simultaneously. So like,
Oh, he fucked it.
that's
Damn it.
it.
Son of a bitch. He fucked the whole thing.
Oh, shotgun!
That's the one thing that was the rule, but you're not in the...
Brazilians.
You're out of here. He's gone.
Brazilians. All right, well, now everyone in the spaces can only look at Shotgun's face. Wait, never mind. Are we back? Because it looks like
No,
we're back.
it's cool. The problem is we got to re-invite him up. Don't do that again. We didn't tell you.
Don't do that again.
Yeah. Well,
It is cool, but this is what happens to the stream. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to happen or not, but anything that's said when somebody switches to their co-host video, because it's a new feature and it's still broken, it doesn't record it. So it won't be in the replay. So if you watch back this episode, that moment of time when Shotgun turned on, and this is like probably a good learning experience, so that's actually probably a bonus that you did that. When the co-host does that, it just won't save. What I don't know is, will it save after that? Time will tell. Either way, we're live
The
streaming.
only thing I'll say though, if there is a new button, I'm gonna click it. So if you guys better let me know before, otherwise I'm clicking this button. Do not put red buttons in front of Shotgun.
It's cool though.
I wish we could do a literal digital tape over the over that button for anyone.
Do not push ever.
All right. Wow.
To be fair,
Okay.
Shotgun, I probably would have done that too. I'm like, ooh, new button, what this? And then be like, ooh.
All right. Okay. We need to reel this back in because I hosted the spaces this morning. Someone DM'd me was like, "Yo, great spaces, loved it." It was like, "Thanks, man." Like, I have to reel my energy back in so I don't overwhelm anyone with my normal personality, or whatever. And I was like, "Wait, why did I say it like that?" And then I just realized how dramatic I was just now, the moment that Shotgun shared a screen. So I do apologize to anyone who got overwhelmed with that. No! I really do apologize for that. That was genuine, but also very sudden even for me. So if you got to experience that, you're welcome, and I'm sorry. But let's go ahead and repost the space. I'm sure James and Wade are like, what the fuck did we just walk into today compared to last week? What are we even doing right now? So we got a little bit to go over. I want to check in with them first. So this is what we're going to do. I want to check in with them real quick. Then we're going to have Shotgun with the quick report on anything that might have happened over the last 24 hours or, a couple days in general. Obviously, we are up on Mother. which we all love to have sit on our faces. All of you, if you say otherwise, I refuse to believe you. So that being said, we are up bigly for the first time in like 3 years. So shout out to Mother. But first, James, let's check in with James, then we'll check in with Way. James, how much do you regret being here right now? Just checking.
I mean, if it's a space with Sansa in it, this is like par for the course. Like Sansa, Shotgun. Come on, we're used to this by now. This is the energy we need to start our days. Like, you know, this is why it's called espresso shot, folks. Like, we didn't come in here to be mild about things.
That is true. That is true. We are meant to substitute a literal espresso shot. So there is also that. We also may or may not blow your AirPods out, which is why James may or may not have to reconnect earlier on.
Sorry. You're gonna blow what out? I didn't quite hear that.
Oh my God. Way, my fellow Singaporean citizen. How are you doing, my man? How much do you regret being here as well? Are you awake yet? I mean, I know you're supposed to be sleeping, but are you awake right now?
I'm doing good, man. I'm currently in Korea right now, and it's like 1:21 a.m. So the only regret is that I'm taking this espresso shot in the middle of the night. So I don't think I can fall asleep after that.
Yeah. I can't say I blame you. There have been spaces I've had to wake up at 3 a.m. for, and I'm like, do I drink the coffee or espresso, or do I like just fucking stick it out and go back to bed? Like, it's just it's such a hard balance. But no, I appreciate you being here and taking the time. So this is what we're gonna do. For anyone that remembers, they were on here with us last week, and so we're kind of gonna be doing like a little quick refresher on all that, and then maybe like some new developments or alpha that you guys should be paying attention to and all that stuff. So first, Shotgun. I didn't even check it with Shotgun. We just straight up wrong dogs this entire space.
But I tagged in with myself. I pressed buttons. I disrupted the screen. That's what I'm here for. Like, I don't need nobody to check in. I can just press buttons and I'll take over myself. So it's great to know. Whenever Sons of monologuing shit's getting boring, I'm pressing that button, Chris. Thank you for the alpha. That motherfucker shutting the fuck up no matter what, because my face is gonna be in all the screen. So I feel great. Not sure if you guys want me to dive into like a couple news that I have from the past 24 hours, but other than that, happy to have the folks from Code Museum. Shout out to James, shout out to Wade. Glad to have you guys on.
He said,
Wait,
fuck,
can we just take a moment at Max? Look at him with his mic.
What? This is me casual. What do you mean? Like, I'm just fucking I'm chilling, dude. Like, Shotgun literally said,
super
disruptive
casual.
Technology. I am the disruptive technology.
Super casual.
Super casual.
Yeah,
I'm hanging out, doing my thing. You guys catch that, that monkey beer in the background? We're chilling. We're actually vibing right now.
Super casual. Just vibing.
Yeah.
Just vibing. Me and my big forehead. Super casual. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your flight. This is your captain speaking. I don't have a blue line.
I fucking hate this place. I'm out of here. See you later.
I had that mic in my mouth way too long. But no, big deal. How are we doing today?
He dropped from the stage.
I don't take disrespect lightly. I'm gonna be super sensitive from here on out. I'm gonna be super butthurt about everything that happens in this space. Okay, guys. So like, I'm currently unemployed. Okay, so like, don't be mean. Okay, I'm already down bad. So like, look at my hand. Look, why is my hand holding the mic like this? Like, I can't. Yeah, like a baby rabbit.
That's why I said, look at the way he's holding that. It just looks so awkward, and like my hand would be cramping.
I should have come in like, yo, what's up, guys? Doing well today. Like, thanks for hearing everybody. And then just like push it away. Oh man. So moral of this story is it's wild out here, man. Sometimes your mom comes and takes your mic stand. And sometimes your team just doesn't deliver. You know what I mean? So you gotta get your own mic stand out here. All right. So that's what I'm saying. Sansa's literally joking right now. So we'll at 8 p.m. EST, we'll have a new mic stand for all the other times that we get to hang out and have fun. But today we got T-Rex Raptor arms. So that's what we got.
I can't punch him right now, bro. I can't do this. Shotgun. Do you want to do a quick report, or do you want to just dive into this?
Yeah, I can get into it real quick because I'm kind of used to that hand gesture, given that we have Wars in the team, an actual dinosaur. But looking at the past 24 hours, we have Bitcoin rallying past $71,000, up almost 3% on the last 24, 5% on the week, which is pretty good. We also have BNB reaching $700 all-time high at an 104 billion market cap, becoming the second major this cycle to hit an all-time high. It did surpass Solana, which is pretty massive. And Nansen actually got to tweet saying that Kobe said it's because CZ has all of the supply and he very obviously cannot sell it, which resulted in Kobe actually coming out and publicly announcing that they also pay a dividend basically by requiring 10% supply of new Binance Launch tokens to Launchpool or whatever it's called. So the insiders just cash out via dividends instead, which is pretty healthy for the BNB token itself. He mentioned pretty goated actually, huge beneficiary, up high, FDV, Meta, maybe the biggest. Sansa mentioned briefly, but Mother hits 100 million market cap after EE continues to grind on CT. Crazy to see married men just buying someone else's butt. Shout out to Photoshop, who usually hates on meme coins, but yesterday I was scrolling through the timeline and all I see was Iggy's butt. Notable sales in the last 24. We have CryptoPunks, 2 sales at around 29 Ethereum, and a Captain's 2.5 Ethereum loan to pay back 2.44. 14 days on NFT5. As per the usual, we see Backmoon rising after airdrop, surges 17%, reaching a 215 million market cap, which is pretty close to all-time high. Maybe surpassed a little bit, but nothing too crazy. And other than that, we just had Thailand approving its first spot Bitcoin ETF, which is pretty good to see as well. Just to wrap it up, the Bitcoin ETFs have seen almost $1 billion of inflows yesterday. So overall, things are looking great, but that's pretty much all on my end for now.
I love it. Take note, 6 seconds, guys. Of course, we're doing numbers. Of course we are. And it's just like this is what happens when you're having some fun and you're just leading into the spaces. No, you gotta let me keep my fucking posture here. I'm losing it every single time I see that hand cramp. Like I just imagine Big Nil at the T-Rex going, "Hey!" It just a visual that I hope no one else can do.
What do you mean? This is how I always hold my arms. I walk around like you guys saw me in New York. I was walking around like this all day.
Yeah. All right, so bringing it back a little bit to what Shaka was saying. My bags, Mother. I 100% upfront. I just put 4 Sol in, right? And I was like, I don't know about this. I probably just burned 4 Sol and I just forgot about it. I left it alone for like 3 or 4.
Fact, that's the only celebrity meme coin that you could possibly be up right now. If you bought any of the others, Gander, Floyd Mayweather, Trippie, whatever the fuck, you would be down bad. Mother's the only one still up.
That's right. That's my girl.
Iggy knows how to shake up a market.
Yeah. She's twerking it up. Bro, that I think the most bullish thing I heard was she was shutting down her OnlyFans and funneling them to her Telegram, and where she's talking about it there. That
was the buy signal.
Yeah, all I heard was $9 million a month from that OnlyFans.
That's still $1 million less than Watch to make, so I don't really care.
Which is why I'm riding the fuck out of this wave with this meme coin, bro.
Emphasis on the riding.
It. Yeah. For you to shut down that income, that means expectations are high. So yeah. I'm not financial advice. I wouldn't say buy it now. Some people are saying wait for a little bit of a dip. I have no technical analysis predictions other than we're going to see some more ass shaking on the timeline, and that will be increase fully sentiment. Hard or soft, everyone unites all together. Anyway,
the only TA Sansa does is you know the rest.
Okay. Hey. Let's get it back in order. Let's get it back in order. I just booked the table. Just kidding. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get into it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. One of us will look through them. Waj is waving. Photoshop got his hand up. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to hands, and then we're gonna segue right into Co-Museum and just kind of start it off easy, what they want to talk about, and take it from there. Photoshop, what you got, my man?
Yo, good morning. I felt summoned by my boy Shotgun throwing me out there saying that I was posting memes again. I normally fade all celebrity tokens and meme coins in general. However, I was sick of missing out on all the thick gains, and I figured it was time to diversify my assets and jump in before mass adoption. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not dumb, so I'm ready to take profits when we hit $1 billion market cap. So let's enjoy the ride to the moon, my friends.
You love to see it, right? Like yesterday, this guy was hating on meme coins, blah blah. Today, he's like, "Let's ride to the moon." I don't know. It's a weird time. What point in the cycle is this? I don't know.
Honestly, like I am stupidly bullish if Photoshopped. I haven't gotten in yet, so if you guys want me as exit liquidity, like you have my sword and my shield. And also, like, if we're at a point where he's making that funny amount of, sorry, hold on. If we're at a point where he's making that type of puns, that is like, I mean, we've made it, ladies and gentlemen. So like, I'm in it. So, all right, good stuff, man. Appreciate you, Photoshop, always for coming through. I'm checking in on myself right now. I'm doing great. Thanks to everyone for asking. Really excited for the day ahead of us and really bullish on me. That's what I'll say. So with that being said, we got Wajda, who is going to say something super positive and re-encouraging for our entire space to keep moving forward. Mr. Wajda, go ahead, brother.
Thank you, Mr. Unemployed. The fact that Photoshop went before me, I'll just glaze over that bullshit. But I have a legitimate question. And Big Nail, I know you are a subscriber, so this is more directed towards you. Like on Iggy's OnlyFans, is it like porn or is it even nudity, or are people really paying millions of dollars a month to see your like in photos I can just Google?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy, dude. Yeah, I mean, I wish I was the right guy to be asking this question.
Yeah. Look,
let me poke the Google machine. Okay. Hold on.
I'm gonna utilize the mute everyone button for this one. Anyone who pays for this, I don't pay. I don't do anything. There's plenty of free stuff all over the internet that we can utilize in so many different ways. Not that. What I can guess or think it is probably just something that's not accessible on Google. Don't know what that is. Don't know what it is. I also don't think anyone's paying millions of dollars. I don't know what the OnlyFans price is, but Chris was the one that said the $9 million a month. I didn't know that number. I don't know where Chris got that from. Maybe Chris is the guy to ask here. We just got a bunch of married men throwing each other under the fucking bus. But Chris, where'd you get that figure from? I have to know.
I don't know. I just heard bozos on Twitter saying things. I don't quote me. I just push buttons.
We're quoting you.
Yeah, I just want to. So I'm currently on the page.
Yeah, he definitely subscribed.
It's free to subscribe. Okay, first and foremost, probably wasn't previously, but the post on June 2nd says, "Hi everyone. Hey everyone. I enjoyed our conversation so much, but I've decided I don't have enough time to chat via this page anymore. You can find me on Telegram, /TM mother provides. If you miss me too much, bye for now." So like it is a full steam steer into this. She is backing up the truck into Telegram, if you will. So like that's interesting, right? Like, and I can't see any of the pictures. I'm assuming it's nudity. And I don't know. We'll see how it is interesting though, right? Like that is a full lean. That was a massive like income stream, if that is even close to the number that like Chris alluded to. And it's like if that is the way that she's directing her people now, pretty interesting. So we'll see.
Yeah, and so I'm also on the same page right now. I'm reading. Hey everyone, update here June 3rd. Please check out Co Museum immediately, dumping all my meme coin liquidity right into it. Wei is the most wonderful Singaporean citizen I know out there. And he is just constantly tolerating a bunch of wait, hold on. Look, I got a bunch of bullshit from the special shot. Oh wow. Iggy acknowledged us. That's fucking bullish, bro. Even Shotgun froze a little bit like, oh. So, Wei, congrats on this. This is a huge acknowledgement from Mother herself. Shout out to Mother. Big Nil is freaking out right now because he didn't realize we were drinking from Mother's milk a little bit. But no, in all seriousness, all the face palms today. All the face palms. I am coming through with so many face palm jokes. I haven't even started.
Don't worry, guys. I have a private meeting with him later to reprimand him for all this.
Do we? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well,
we know who the real mother is around here. Am I right?
Yeah, ain't no way. But Wei, I want to throw this over to you. You know, we went over a lot last week. I want to start this off with, is there anything you want to kind of touch on right off the bat in terms of new developments or just anything in general that you do want to bring up?
Yeah, I mean, thanks so much for having us again. I appreciate it as always. Yeah, I think like from the last time we spoke, we have like some big news coming up. May or may not be coming from the garden as well. You know, just to show what we've been building for the past 1.5 years. You know, so I think everybody in the community would enjoy what we're gonna announce. It's gonna be something fun for everybody. Just something cool to celebrate, you know, this cultural moment, you know, like the world's most valuable skateboard, you know, being owned by the people right now. One of the most significant Web3 artifacts, you know, first ever NFT to pioneer the PBT technology. You know, that is something that, you know, forever, as long as Web3 is around, that part of history can never be taken away, right? We have seen Phygital, look at Pudgy and the things that they're doing. Phygital is kind of the way that a lot of people are going at right now. Even at Co Museum with RWAs, mixing it with Phygitals, creating asset-backed collectibles, right? These are, well, at least for us, we believe that is the future. And if you guys believe in that future as well, then this is the artifact, right? This is the one that started it all. So I think it's very iconic, and especially with Tony signing it, you know, I don't know if I told this story here, but like, so Gentle Ape was the previous owner of the board, a really great friend, a really, you know, great founder, and just an overall cool person. I don't know if you guys know the story of how Tony Hawk got to sign a skateboard. Have you guys? Did I say this last week? No. Okay. So it's a really interesting story. So the auction happened, right? Everybody knows the Golden Skateboard auction happened. You know, I was on Vaughn's space. You know, I was just listening in, looking at all these ballers. You know, just bidding, looking at Ding. You know, destroy everybody with his bid. And you know, I saw Gentle Ape. He won a board, and Gentle Ape was a friend of mine back in the day. So I kept on pestering him. I was like, yo, you know, for Co Museum, this Golden Skateboard would be sick. You know, this Golden Skateboard would be so meaningful for what we're trying to do, right? At Co Museum, literally what we're trying to do is take dope shit, put it back in the hands of the people. Take art, take culture, put it back in the hands of the people. But he was very attached to the thing, you know. I mean, after spending like 208 ETH on that thing, you know, you definitely will be attached on that, right? But suddenly one day, he messaged me. He was like, yo, have you heard of this guy called Tony Hawk? I said, yeah, no shit. He went like, I just slid into his DMs and he replied me. I was like, wait, what? And then he said, yeah, I'm flying over to LA right now to bring the skateboard to him. I was like, yo, that's so crazy. So Gentle Ape flew to LA. He met Tony. And Tony, when he saw the Golden Skateboard, this is probably something you guys didn't know. Tony was like, yo, do you know that the day of the auction, I knew about it and I wanted to participate. But then the crazy crypto money came in and like it was too crazy for me as well. So I didn't do. So Gentle was telling me like that, number one, made him question his life choices, because if Tony was saying that it was a bit too crazy for him, maybe it was a bit too crazy for him too. But number two, you know, Tony was totally enamored by the idea, right? We call ourselves skaters or Web3 skaters of the internet. And you know, that's a very meaningful thing. You know, I don't know if you guys understand like the imagery and like the
the powerful meaning behind it, but like we draw comparisons to the idea of the skate culture, right? Tony obviously being one of the main guys that brought skate culture to the mainstream. But back in the day when when Tony was first starting out, skate culture was kind of like a fringe culture. It was like kind of like a lot of the outcasts, a lot of the weird kids, like they dress baggy, they dress, with their big puffy skate shoes, so it was something that people kind of looked at and didn't really get, all right? But fast forward to now, like literally look at our way that we dress. Streetwear literally comes from skate aesthetic, right? Brands like Supreme, Palace, right? It dominates like skate brands, right? Literally Dior and Louis Vuitton have their own skate teams right now, right? And collaborate with all these skate brands as well. And basically, skate culture is permeated through the whole of cultural zeitgeist and it's mainstream. And that's why I always draw the comparison. We are what we call skaters of Web3. Come on, guys. Like when my mom looks at ask me what the hell I'm doing, she thinks I'm just like playing with magic internet money, right? They look at us weird. We are the outcasts. In a way, we are kind of the rebels, right? A lot of us quit our Web2 jobs to go in full time because we believe in what this space stands for. Yeah, sure, there are a lot of funny things here and there. The space has pumps and it dumps, but deep down, the core fundamental of Web3, we believe in the value of community. We believe in the value of ownership, right? Bitcoin, that's ownership and sovereignty over your money. Right, that's why it's decentralized. No government's gonna print more shit to make your money worth, devalue your money and cause inflation. Right, 21 million bitcoins. That's all it's ever gonna be. Right, and we see the power of community to drive values. I mean, we literally, all of us here are in the NFT space. Right, that is literally what NFTs are all about. It's about community to drive value. Right, if people thought that a JPEG of a monkey back in the day was worth 400 grand, damn, it was worth 400 grand because that's community to drive value. Right, which company in the world was founded in 6 months and they raised at a $4-5 billion market cap? Tell me which company, right? Doesn't exist. Only Bored Ape did it because the community believed in that value, right? So that is why, Tony signing that board to us is like passing down that message, passing down that mantle, right? The same way skateboarding was fringe and now it's mainstream. Guys, we are leading that charge. Give us 5 years, give us 10 years. When people look back and Web3 is mainstream, we are the guys, everybody listening in this space, all of us here right now, we are the guys that made it mainstream. We made it, we built it, we led this revolution. And that's what this board represents. It's a cultural, historical artifact for the future. Right? It's not just some flashy 24-karat gold skateboard. Yeah, it's crazy dope shit, right? But more than that, right? Tony signing that is him literally passing down that mantle, passing down that baton to us, right? For us to run that race right now. We are leading that charge. So whether you are a Azuki, whether you're not at Azuki, as long as you're here with us in Web3, that is what it means to be, part of this movement, right? So, yeah, that's the idea of the golden skateboard. I hope that resonates with you guys, because I love this thing. We brought it all over the world, Hong Kong for the exhibition. I've seen it. It's in the Freeport. I get to see it every other day, and it's historical. Every time I look at it, I'm like, damn, give us like 10, 15 years. I'm pretty sure this shit is going to be hanging in museum walls because this is historical.
Yo, why were we all talking so much before Way started? That was way better than all the stuff we said.
I was about to say.
I don't even have to edit that. I just cut the beginning, cut the end, post it, and then be like, hey, look how good our show is. Shit.
Dude, I was about to say, inject that into my veins, dude. Holy shit. Like, I literally have goosebumps right now. That is like everybody like gets so caught up in like all like the nuances of this space, like in pricing and this and that. And like when you boil it all down, man, like that is the why, right? Like this is the why, like personal digital ownership that transcends like all different market conditions. It like you boil it all down, man. And I promise you, all we need is like little like taps into the real world, like the people that don't have exposure like this experience, right? Like the golden skateboard. And it might not be skateboarding for some people, right? But I promise you, there's a reason why people love Supreme, and it stems from that culture, right? There's a reason why people fall in love with certain brands. It's because it all drives this sense of belonging, right? And then you get some sort of personal experience that actually, resonates with our individuals out here. For a lot of people, it's going to be like ticketing. For some people, it could be gaming. Like there's so many little areas that this technology, that like we talk about this, it's disruptive, right? It's disruptive for the right reasons. And I think really what we just need to make sure we push on is we support great people that build prolific engineered technology that pushes this space forward and really makes people feel something. Because I'm telling you right now, man, I have no skateboarding experience. I am not. This boy was built for love, not for speed, or whatever the hell you call it. Comfort, not speed. Anything that rolls is dangerous for this guy to fall on his big fat forehead. But I promise you, I felt that. You know what I mean? And that's a big portion of this, man. So jokes aside, super bullish, really great update, and kind of saying like where the track is going, right? Like which way everything's kind of rolling out here. So appreciate that a ton, Way. That's really good shit.
Yo, that was the first skateboard take that I've heard on the whole skateboarders of Web3 where I was like, okay, sold. I'm with it. Normally, I'm like, you fucking dork. You don't know anything about skateboarding. You think that it's like you stand there with your skateboard and you look cool. And I'm like, no, skateboarders go out there and they try one trick 37 times and get beat the fuck up trying just so they can land it once for themselves. Like, not for somebody else. It's you versus you. I respect the fuck out of that. I look at anybody who wants to be a poser and be like, yeah, I'm a skateboarder. I'm like, how many fucking times have you fallen and gotten back up and done it again for yourself? Because if you don't have a good answer to that, you didn't fucking ever skateboard. I don't know. Just don't claim that shit. So, but again, well said. I'm sold. That was great.
Chris and Shotgun are both like 6'9" each, so like they fall really far. You know what I mean? When they fall really far. Like Shotgun can dunk, yeah, but he's also like when he comes down, it comes down that much harder. So like just that's.
So what you're saying is they have time to brace, unlike us short people who we don't have that much time. When we fall, we fall.
I just bounce. Let me tell you about that.
Yo, but if just jumping back in, right? Chris talking about like poses and stuff. You know, actually something so crazy is that the video that we shot, I think it's a pin on the Jumbotron. One of the videos, the one with the Artifact 001, the Golden Skateboard, the one that shot in LA, featuring like the RL skaters. Those skaters are super OG. Like one of them, his name is Theodus Beasley. He's like the first ever a black athlete to be signed by Nike SB. You know, like he's this OG, okay? This one, I guess I kind of mentioned it before in our internal Discord, but just for fun for everybody listening in, you know, like people that literally hang out with him and like grew up with him skating because he's an OG skater are people like Lil Wayne, people like Chris Brown, right? So like literally Chris Brown DM'd him and I was like, yo, the hoodie looks so sick, dude. Like what the hell is this thing about? And that is the power, I guess, for like what we're trying to do, right? Whether you are a, you know, OG skater who doesn't know anything about Web3, or whether you're a Web3 degen, right? We understand the power of culture. And that's something we can all rally behind, because whether you're Web3 or Web2, we all grew up in the same space. Culture has never been owned by us before. Look at all the most expensive art in the world, right? Look at all the most iconic art in the world. It's all owned by the billionaires. It's all owned and made by the billionaires, right? Every single museum is donated or funded by the billionaires, named after the billionaires to help the billionaires. You know what I mean? There's no ownership, and we all know in Web3, ownership is one of the most intrinsic part of humanity, right? Ownership of your money, that's sovereignty over your money, that's empowerment. Same thing for our culture. Throughout our whole humanity, we have no ownership of our culture. Now with Web3, we finally have the cultural paradigm shift and the technology to finally make that happen, right? And that is why we're called Co-Museum, right? Co-Museum stands for Community Museum, right? Museums are not a place. Dude, it's the people. A painting hanging on a wall, that Picasso hanging on the wall, that's just canvas and oil. That sketch by Da Vinci, that's just pencil on paper. It's only when a person comes into it, when he looks at it, when he has the emotional, spiritual connection to it sometimes, right? Now that thing becomes art. That's why we are the museum, right? That's why it's called Co-Museum. Right, and what is the dream for Co-Museum? I always say this, right? I think you guys pinned it up as well, right? People ask me, yo, so Co-Museum, you guys gonna build your own museum? Yes, we do have physical spaces around the world. Yes, we have people that we partner with. But in the end, guys, the dream is that every museum is a Co-Museum. That you guys can bring your next generation, your kids, your family, your friends, right? You're not walking into a museum and looking at a piece of art. No, dude, you're walking into our museum looking at our piece of art. Now, the ownership of your history, of your culture, that's legacy. That's something that only billionaires can do. But now we have that mark. We have that legacy. That's generational, right? And that is what I believe Web3 is all about. Web3, one of the best use cases is giving ownership back to the people for culture.
Bro, who let Wade cook 2 times in a row? Back to back. I just want to take a notebook. I just want to take a notebook out, Flexen, and start writing right now. Just to like, I can write a book based off of everything Way's saying right now, and I write it at the end, inspired and co-authored by this beautiful and smart ass man who's more big brain and smarter than 95% of the Web3 space. So I couldn't agree more, and I wanted to. Just really quickly, and then I'll let you keep cooking. I don't want to get in your way. I want to stay the fuck out of your way here, Ray. Which is a totally unintended pun, by the way. Did not even plan that. I didn't. Yeah. Anyway, look. What I wanted to kind of bring it back to just slightly was how much friction there is for people to transition into this fully digital world of like I use an Apple Card more, right? Like that was my thing where that was my first like immersive experience, understanding, oh, I don't need the physical card at all, like not even close. And I think a lot of people are still finding that experience for them and how that makes sense. And that's why we still have this magic internet money meta, right? Because we still have a lot of people who bought when it came out, right? It's going to take another 5-10 years, like you were saying, before we get most people that have bought around over 1,000, over 2,000, over 3,000, over whatever, right? Like Ethereum might actually hit 10K because a larger majority of holders are becoming, 4 or 5K, whatever, right? Like that goes for any cryptocurrency. So like, I think that's just something that we're currently experiencing now. And like you're saying, we are the ones making it go mainstream because we are the pioneers explaining it, saying like, hey, you use credit cards. Do you always pull it out, or do you pause? Or do you have it saved on orders where you just go ahead and click to order, and all you have to do is confirm a couple numbers and you're good to go? That is going to be, and like Big No was saying earlier, ticketing. Think about how many counterfeit tickets are on Ticketmaster. That blockchain literally solves that, right? Maybe not completely, because there are still deployers who can still scam shit, but at the very least, you can point that out. Be like, okay, anything from this deployer is not okay, right? And anything that is launched is killed off, right? And so, I really think that again, Code Museum is clearly onto something here when it comes to that, because you're literally tying both worlds together. I didn't know that Tony Hawk said that. That was too crazy for me. And no offense to Tony, but my dude got money, like money, right? And for him to say that is wild. How often do you ask a friend, I have like over $1,000, I have over 10,000 in crypto, and they're looking at you like, are you okay? Like, are you all right? Right? But like pretty soon it's gonna be the norm of like, oh, why don't you have more in crypto versus savings for like 3% a year, right? Anyway, I digress. You're gonna get plenty of clips from this one space, let alone from last week's space, that we're gonna be able to clip up and send over to you. Chris and I are gonna have to have a whole meeting about it too.
Yo, let me try some real quick. Speaking of clips, I just want to
go for it.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that.
We're doing it. We could play a full ass commercial. This normally would be able to be played with music, but I'm just playing it from a different computer that doesn't have that right now. So this is dope though. This commercial is sick. Can you tell us a little bit about this? Like you guys making some media like this? Because this is super pro. This looks like a TV commercial, man. It's awesome.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we shot this in LA. We featured the 3 skaters there. Theodis is the guy I mentioned as well. Another guy called Lou Elliott. He's like a Supreme Ambassador. One of the Supreme Ambassador skaters as well. We have another guy who is not in this video that was supposed to show up, but he will be posting on Instagram and stuff about our stuff. His name is Nigel Huston. So for you guys who are into skating, you guys definitely know who Nigel is. One of the most recognizable skaters there is, right? This video, I don't know if you can see, there's a scene of the police car at the background, when they're doing the kickflip. It's a crazy ass story. The police literally stopped them, And they thought, shit, we're gonna be in trouble. And the guy went like, yo, I know who you guys are. Can I be in the video? So the freaking police car is in the video, you know? And again, right? I always say this, my community members, they know this as well. I always say this, dope shit is universal. Whether you're in Web3 or you're Web2, dope shit is universal, man. Like, so at our job at Co-Museum, the number one thing we do is just do fucking dope shit. You know, like we just do dope shit and let people see it, you know, like let the Web2 people see it. And that's why, you know, we spend money, we spend time, we spend resources on making dope videos as well. Because, you know, when they post it on Instagram, right, obviously Twitter is where Web3 lives, but like when you post it on Instagram, you're reaching a different audience, you know, and that's the idea. They look at it, they think it's cool, they start to click in, and you know, on the website, you can mint paying your credit card, you know, like that is the idea that we get them into it. It's like almost like a Trojan horse, right? They want to buy cool shit, they buy it, and they realize, yo, there's a chip inside there. What does it mean to be an asset-backed collectible? Meaning, if I own this hoodie, I actually own the golden skateboard as well. You know, if I wear this golden skateboard necklace, I actually own the golden skateboard as well. That value, that is something that is what Web3 is all about, right? It's like a different layer, you know? It's like when you buy traditional Web2 merchandise, it's just a t-shirt, maybe with a picture of a painting on it, a picture of the golden skateboard on it. But now with Web3, it's about ownership, right? You literally have ownership when you wear it, right? I always say this, it's not just a proof of swag now, it's a proof of ownership. Live, made physical, of your ownership on the blockchain, you know? So that's what the video was all about. We wanted to make it cool, want to bring in some people, you know, and just get the skater kids excited about it as well. You know, Yoon was such a legend. You know, Yoon, you know, she spent a lot of time verbal as well. So Ambush, I don't know if you guys know the fashion brand Ambush. They're a really famous streetwear brand. They collaborate with Nike, you know, they collaborate with brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior. And Yoon herself is a legend. She's one of the most, if not the most prolific women streetwear designer there is. And I mean, back in the day, we were like a startup, man. Like, who the heck was this like crazy 21, 22-year-old, like Singaporean kid, you know, telling them about culture when I'm talking to like the coolest people, but they understood something, right? They understood that, yo, you know, culture belongs to the people. That is really a paradigm shift. And if there's any use case for Web3, now that is genuinely something that would really change the world, right? And I shared with this analogy, and maybe you guys would resonate with it as well, right? I always talk about how community drives value in the art world, right? We talk about RWAs, right? I think everybody knows about RWAs in this space. I disagree, or at least I think there's a deeper layer, a more powerful layer that Web3 can actually unlock in RWAs, right? Now the idea of RWAs is very simple. Hey, you know, these traditional investments, now we can tokenize them, and now you can invest in crypto. So a lot of people who didn't have access to these things, who are not accredited investors, they can invest in these, you know, these financial tools, and it's great. That's financial empowerment, right? But the asset, let's say it's a house, right? Let's say it's an industrial building, right? You invest in a REIT, whether it's listed on the Nasdaq or whether it's on chain, the asset doesn't magically go up in value, right? The yield is still the same. The asset technically would be worth the same, right? So having that weird arbitrage, like where Web3 is like way higher than traditional, doesn't really make sense. But where it comes and starts to make sense is when you bring it into culture, right? When you own culture, there's a supercharge in value, right? And the way I always paint this picture is, there's a quote, okay? There's a quote by the Buddha, the great Buddha, and the Buddha says this: if you like a flower, you pluck it, you take it home, you keep it for yourself. But guys, if you truly love the flower, you would water it, you would nurture it so that when it blooms, everybody around you can behold its beauty together. Then the true value of the flower is fulfilled. That is art, right? What is probably the most expensive painting, most valuable painting in the world? It's probably the Mona Lisa, right? I can go down in the streets of Korea, I just showed a picture. Yeah, you know, they recognize the Mona Lisa. Just by knowing about it, just by being in the culture zeitgeist, it creates value. Now imagine what happens when people can co-own it. You redefine how art is valued. It's a community-driven valuation, right? So when the true purpose of art is fulfilled in society, I always say this: the true monetary value of art will follow. So that is what Co-Museum is all about. We are building the layer 2 of art. You know, that is why we didn't name ourselves like fractionalization or you know, like I don't know, like I don't know, yeah, right. We didn't call ourselves like fractional or like splitting or whatever, right? We call ourselves Co-Museum because the idea is that we are not creating like this weird like fractional platform. No, we're creating a cultural movement, right? If you believe art belongs to the people, then this is where you are, right? That's why artists are joining. That's why we have people like all these skaters coming in, people like Yoon, people like Verbal from Ambush, working with dope-ass, Web3 companies as well, right? We got Azuki, Pudgy and stuff like that. So, yeah.
First of all, thank God you didn't go the fractionalization route, because I feel like anytime I hear that, people are like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Like there's like a weird stigma attached to it for some like weird reason. It's a small one, but it's like it's there, and people know it's there. So you couldn't have gone a better route with Co-Museum. It just fucking profession, and it shows how strategic that was. I fucking love that way. And yeah, I'm very familiar with Ambush. I'm literally like just slowly crawling my way, negotiating to get one, like literally starting last week. Just white hoodie too.
You can get ours.
Yeah. I know.
Asset back.
Yeah. I'm gonna. And on that note, I want to remind everyone, like right now as we speak, Co-Museum floor price is 0.090, and to me that is fucking cheap. I'm picking up 2 right after the space once I figure out how much I actually have in funds. So your boy poor, so he's gonna work on getting that going.
Wait, some alpha Sansa, if you buy 3, you get an airdrop of the Azuki Golden Escape. I'm just saying it here, right? I can say that, right, Jason? Am I allowed to say that?
Damn it! Okay, you know what? The Treasury is gonna have to help me out. I've dedicated 2 years of my life to the Treasury, so the Treasury can help your boy out for that.
The Treasury owes you a little bit.
Yeah.
As the
Jersey
person building the Treasury, no.
Josie is just she losing it because I manage it, but she's like somewhat like also managing it. But I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it.
This goes back to the analogy of the flower. Josie's watering and nurturing the Treasury. Sansa's looking for a way to pluck it and be like, look, guys, look at this. I got it.
I got 2 flowers.
Let me grow my garden, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
But yeah, so on that note, y'all, obviously there's a vision here, and I think everyone sees it, especially Wei. Your fucking TED Talk, phenomenal. We're titling today a special shot, new version of TED Talk. We're bringing it to life. We're making it happen. It's TED Talk marries Saturday Night Live. That's how this works. The beginning was Saturday Night Live. We segue into the TED Talk. We're segueing out with the Saturday Night Live / TED Talk-ish. But no, in all seriousness, again, beautiful. We love to see it. I didn't again, Tony Hawk story with where he was like, this is crazy, made my fucking day. It's just so nice to know that even for a rich person, he's like, you know what? This is crazy, even for me. And, like, I'm a fucking pro skateboarder. Like, so shout out to Tony Hawk, even though he doesn't need it. Although there are some people who are like, who's Tony Hawk again? So yeah, I'm not going to name names. Not naming names. But anyway, Wei, I love you. James, your beautiful hair. I love you too.
Wait 1 second. Wajda has his hand up.
Oh, sorry. I'm used to ignoring Android users, but now he's a new iPhone guy. So okay, I gotta get Waj is now iPhone, so he could have a better relationship with his kids. Waj, what you got, my man?
Thank you, Josie. I will skip the joke I had lined up about plucking your flower. But I have a question for Wei with this Co-Museum and just the vision you see going forward. So I think from what you're saying right now, you offer it to brands to integrate with you. Have you ever thought of allowing users to like create their own RWAs? I know we were talking a lot about Iggy earlier, and I know there's a big market for like used underwear. Just curious if I could like put mine on there and have an RWA to legitimize that it actually is mine. It can be tracked back to me.
Watch that. The question was so good. What?
I regret saying Wajda has a question.
Yeah, as you should.
No, Watch brought up a very good point. Not about the underwear thing, even though I think that's like the next $1 billion idea right there, man. Like asset backed underwear, right? But he brought up a really good point. Right? It's the idea of the creator economy, right? Can the community co-create with you, and can you almost become like a distribution platform for people to kind of co-own the art, right? So just to give a very quick breakdown, Co-Museum, the things that we're pioneering is this idea of asset-backed collectibles. The idea is very simple. You buy a collectible, let's say it's a statue of a Banksy. Web2 ways that it's just a statue of a Banksy, right? It's just they license the IP, they make a piece of plastic, right? But now at Co-Museum, you buy that Banksy sculpture and you actually own the underlying Banksy as well, right? It's the whole idea of the ownership economy. Web3 pioneered this, right? Buy the ape, own the underlying ape. Buy the punk, you own the underlying punk, right? Now with Co-Museum, buy the collectible, own the underlying asset. The reason why we created that is very simple, all right? We wanted to change this idea of fractionalization from this soulless, emotionless investment tool into a consumer cultural collectible product first, right? What does that mean? That very simply means you transform the way that a viewer looks at it, right? It's no longer a, hey, look at this fraction of a painting, right? Guys, buy it now because I think next year for $1 million is going to be worth $2 million, right? It changes that whole idea to now, that dope ass collectible, and it comes with ownership as well. That's only $200. I'm willing to pay $300, $400, $500, right? That price insensitivity at scale, the sum of the parts become worth more than the whole, right? That's the whole idea of community-driven value, right? So that's basically what we do at Co-Museum. Now, going back to his question, all right? Well, his question is, so do we let the community co-create with us? So phase 2 of Co-Museum. Phase 1 right now, do dope shit, work with the dopest artists, work with the dopest artifacts, work with the dopest brands, right? That's phase 1. Phase 2, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, right? Because we're kind of prototyping this thing right now. I can share with you guys a little bit. This is also alpha, I guess. Like only the community kind of knows about it. It's this idea of co-creation, right? We've seen artists like Tyler Hobbs. He pioneered it with not really pioneered it, but like he made it really big in Web3 with QQL. Right, the idea that the artist and you kind of co-create something together. We wanted to do something more intimate like that as well, so people could hop onto our Discord. We have a really famous artist. We asked them to prepare like a list of ingredients of things to make. Like let's say it's canvas and paint and these colors, and then you are literally having a session live with the artist, and you're co-creating with them. At the end of it, we issue an NFT and a co-collector card, basically, right? Which is an NFT chip inside, which not only certifies the authenticity of this work, but also certifies the co-collaboration, co-creation with the artist, and the artist will sign off on it, right? So it's this whole idea of how Web3 can now create new ways of, creating art together with the artist, right? So that is phase 2. Now, phase 3 is where it goes full on art exchange, art bank. So I won't go too much into detail about it, but that is when we'll start to let community members start to co-create and put their art up for co-ownership, right? But that is like phase 3. But I hope you kind of understand the progress, right? Number 1, never been done before co-ownership, so we're doing it the way we're doing it. So that's why we work with the big brands so that people understand. Number 2, we do it in a way that more people can onboard easier and experience it, but in a controlled environment. And then phase 3 is that really we let it go wild and become a creator economy.
I just swept Co-Museum because first of all, I had to sweep before you went on your 4th cook because I can't afford 4. I can only afford 3.
And I also have a question. How do I quit working for Espresso Shot and work for you, Wei? Because I just love the way you talk about art. Like, I'm an art hoe. So, like, every time you talk about art, it just spoke to me. Like, when you're talking about a canvas and painting and oil, and you're like, it's nothing until somebody feels something. I'm like, finally, someone in this fucking space gets it. Because I say that all the time to people. And then I always get this blank face, like, okay, shut up now. Give a fuck anymore what you have to say about art. And then it's like, all right, I haven't found my people. So you're my people. This is my form of resignation right now, Sansa. I'm jumping ship.
It's called leapfrog. She's jumping from Espresso Shot up.
Yeah, that's fine. Now I can actually use the treasury to pay myself back. So that sweep is free. Thanks, Josie. And now the Espresso Shot team has disbanded. Thanks, Wei! No, I'm just kidding. But no, in all seriousness, I want to say that this has been a phenomenal phenomenal podcast, really. We more or less have moved the podcast from Friday to Wednesday just for this week because our boy Chris has to go on a cruise to show the good word of Code Museum to everyone on the cruise. While he also has his sex camera setup angle there. But
Hey, look at this. You can totally here. I haven't done this yet. Let's show off the espresso shot shirt.
There you go.
Look at that. Look at that beautiful shirt.
look at that.
Yo.
It's all green.
I can't believe you're not tall enough for that angle. That's crazy. That's actually
It's a tall ass tripod.
Stand on your chair.
No, please don't. I don't want to. We don't need a live injury live on Spaces. What I will say is that we just a reminder that we are taking next week off so that we can conserve our energy, get refreshed for the actual LA Special Shot Conference that we are holding for ourselves. We will also be doing some brand integrations. So if there are any brands out there who want to be in like the 20 to 30 videos that we're putting out, let us know. Let us know. You want an example, a little sample? I'm too afraid to give you that. I'd rather just show off behind the scenes and then just fucking surprise the fuck out of you guys with it. So we got a great month coming up. Really, really excited for it. If you're going to be in LA, let me know. I may not have time because we're going to be literally filming content for like 9 hours a day. So Chris doesn't know that yet, but now he does. So we're going to have a great, fantastic month. Guys, I appreciate the fuck out of you all for giving me your time today. Listeners, James, Way, all of you, Flexin, who's chilling behind the scenes a little bit, all of you, thank you. We don't take any of it for granted. I, especially as a fellow Singaporean citizen myself, we never take anything for granted, but it is almost 2 a.m. for me, over 2 a.m., and I just cannot do this anymore, guys. You might be like, it's super bright. Fuck you. Don't assume my weather or my gender. That was
Yeah, wow.
Don't assume my time zone just because there's light around me, okay? You don't know if it's green screen. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. We're going to start playing it out. We'll see you guys back here. Wait, today's Wednesday. Right. We're coming tomorrow. 11:30 a.m. EST. Tomorrow will probably be 1 hour. So come through. Don't miss it. On the Espresso Shop pin post, go over there and click on it. All right, peace.
Bubbling, they want the spot, but I do not cut them in. They trying to plot my drop, they been huddling.
It kept going. Let's go.
Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I signed with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet. I know a lot of people praying for my downfall, but the only thing that I'll be down for is...
So everyone except Way are getting dancing lessons because this and James did a little wiggle, so I'll count it. Dancing lessons coming soon. I love you guys. Have a great fucking day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Much love.